Let me start off by saying that New Zealand is a place where you don't have to have epic sunrises or sunsets to have an epic time. In fact, the whole time I was there was no epic sunrises or sunsets, but the views were absolutely magical. Before you even land in Queenstown, you will fly over the mountains that just look absolutely amazing from the top. Once you land in Queenstown, the views continue and do not stop. On my first day, I left Queenstown and did a first detour to Arthur's Point. This area is surrounded by Shotover River, which is frequently used for jet boating. The bridge connecting Arthur's Point to Queenstown is Edith Cavill Bridge. This bridge was first erected in 1875 and then replaced in 1918. Edith Cavill, who bridge was named after, was a British nurse who was executed by German soldiers in 1915. On the day that I visited here, I was lucky enough to have a drizzle and a cloudy conditions, making the Shotover River look incredible with the autumn leaves in full colour surrounding it. Once I had enough of snapping out some juicy shots, I made my way towards Kawarau Gorge Suspension Bridge. If you are game enough, you can bungee jump off this bridge into the Glacier River. I opted to watch people do it whilst I took photos of the river instead. I then turned around and took photos in the other direction, and that is a perfect example of what New Zealand has to offer. Now that I've warmed up, it was time to head to Wanaka and check out that famous Wanaka Tree. Once I arrived into Wanaka, I was greeted by beautiful mountains, and for what I later realised, the place had a lot more to offer than just a lone willow tree. Once I scoped the willow tree out and realised how busy and popular this place really is, I wasn't going to sit amongst the crowd and take another shot that's been taken a million times before. Instead, I opted into taking photos of the surrounding mountains. And this is the result.
So, I've gotten courage to speak to you in front of massive crowds in front of me and behind me. Reason being is because I'm a tourist too, so I'm allowed to look corny. Now, today, the official day, day one of my trip in New Zealand, I'm at the Wanaka Tree shooting sunset. But before I do go shoot that, there's a mountain obviously just in front of me, and I'll show you in a sec, that has just beautiful golden light sitting on top of it. And basically around the sides and the front, you have somewhat of a shadow surrounding the light. So I'm just kind of playing around there and see what I get. Beautiful. There we go. So out of interest, that's the mountain there. It's much larger when you zoom in, as you can imagine, when you're compressing an image. And keeping it pretty simple. So I'm just showing you on my camera. It's at 125 of a second, f11, ISO 100, and essentially just get a couple of shots. So nice. You can see there's quite a few people going through. Now we're going to get some intimate shots. Now the intimate shots we're going to get is just there, zooming in. So, really cool image. So this one is basically the background mountains from where I shot the first big mountain. And I have this like almost like an S shape covering the, I should say, on one side having shadow and the other side having light. It's looking beautiful. I've separated the background of the mountain with the pine trees mid-ground and then having the water in the foreground just a little bit. It's looking stunning. Stunning. Check it out.
Now this is where my nervousness really showed. Since I was scoping out compositions and I didn't actually originally come to this place to shoot mountains. I ended up forgetting to vlog completely from this point onwards. I did have to convince myself to take a few photos of the Wanaka Tree, but didn't spend much time as the sky was cloudless and there were too many people. Photography to me is so much more than just taking a photo. It's enjoying nature and going through the process of taking a photo. Unfortunately, taking photos of the Wanaka Tree wasn't really a process, nor could I enjoy the nature. So, my day 1 in New Zealand was coming to a close and it didn't head off to a good start, as evident with my photography and videography so far. But I assure you, it gets a lot better as the days progress.